gotta bounce back. When you bounce back, you gotta come back, yo. Like, hey everyone, I just want you to check out this video I have of Quiana Watson of Ladies Who List Atlanta. She was live last night. She did a Quiana After the Dark. She dropped a few gems. I think you guys will find this information very informative. She's on top of her game. This lady has started from the bottom, and now she's at the top. Take a look and enjoy.
Hey Taylor, you know what? At this point, Essentia, I'm accepting Takesha in the private group, right? I told y'all I'm coming back. So, did you pass the test on my first try? Okay. So let me answer some questions as I kind of get into the groove of things. You guys know I have been, I've been working, and how I wrote, like, is it real estate in life or life in real estate? So let me tell y'all about this. Running a real estate business is so demanding, and we are always working. I feel like I work every day. I do something towards, even if I'm like out of town or whatever, like I'm on my laptop, I'm calling clients, negotiating contracts. It's such a demanding business that I think I felt like, you know what? I just want to ease into this year. Like 2022 for me is going to be my soft year. And what do I mean by soft? I mean, it's the year that I'm going to still do well. I'm still going to sell real estate, but I'm not gonna, like, I feel like last year and the year before that were very hard years. Those were very successful years for me when it comes to just not my real estate business, but all of the businesses I run. So let me just kind of talk about it, okay? Agents, 25 real estate agents in our office is in Buckhead. Have my online training academy. Agent Tools for Success has classes that are standalone, pre-recorded, and I helped a lot of agents scale their businesses to over 6 figures last year based on the classes that I taught on Agent Tools for Success. Then and shout out to the ATFS squad. Then I also have an online membership, which is CEO Society. So CEO Society is a group membership where we have more community. We do teach one-on-one classes, and we have government contracting and also branding and development that is taught by Ronnie Brown. And then I also have the Rants and Gems Real Estate Podcast, and that podcast is signed with Earn Your Leisure. And with that podcast, we actually interview top talent throughout the country. We did some interviews in London, some interviews in New York, LA, I'm trying to think, Atlanta, all that stuff. So unlike a typical, like, all I do is sell real estate, that's really not all I do. So for me to be able to sell at a high level, I have to be very strategic with the clients that I choose. Very strong systems. I have a support staff. So I have 2 admins. I have a support team to help me with my clients, and of course with every single business I mentioned, there are people that actually help run those businesses too. Plus, I'm a great wife, I'm a friend, I'm a sister, all that stuff. So I say all that to say, let me start with that first, then work my way down to what I been up to, because I know I have not, I haven't been posting as much lately, and I haven't been sharing as much lately. And I want to be transparent about why. All right. And I'm going to answer some questions too. So I feel like when you're in real estate, the years is merged together. So December, you work December, right? Then you start the new year and you just never have any time off. Like, you just never have any time off for yourself, or even time off to figure out how you're going to scale your business, especially when you are in demand or any of that stuff, right? So I'm like, I need a moment to myself. I can still work. I don't have to share that I'm working to show that I'm working. So I'm like, the years keep flying by, and that's something that looks so good. That's a really big point that you just made. The years keep flying by. At some point, you have to decide, are you going to take a step back? Hey girl, hey Sade, are you going to, what do you want to do? Because you could just keep working your business, and that's any business, but of course, I'm talking about real estate, and you never give yourself time to grow. You never step back to scale your business because you're always marketing your business. You're always running your business. You're always doing your business, and you never have to keep going. And the problem with this culture that we have, and I feel like I've created it too, because anyone that's on this app that's consistently, you're on, we have created the monsters. And the monsters is even our clients or people that know that we can do the job. If they don't see us posting us working on this app, they assume we're not working. And it's more to life than working and posting that you're working. And we have to start figuring out different ways to engage our audience beyond sharing every piece of our life. Because when you think about CEOs and executives and how they run their days, like, I don't know what the CEO of Coca-Cola does every day. Like, they're not taking me on a virtual tour with their camera to their office to show me what they're doing day to day. I don't know what the executive of a lot of companies, do day to day. And because of that, when you're on all the time, it's hard for you to think clearly about your next move because you're too busy working and documenting the work, and you can't even focus on what you want to do to scale your business. So although I do love being on social media, hey Tess, one of my agents is here. I do love being on social media. Social media has been an amazing platform for me in my business. I can tell you that I actually have closed millions of dollars of real estate and made a substantial amount of money with my other businesses based on social media. So I'm not saying that I want to stop, that I'm not going to post. But what I'm saying is that we all have a moment to take a step back and decide, give yourself a moment to kind of regroup and reset. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Tiffany, how you doing? She said, I'm all about that. A lot of it has to do with, one, I was just too busy focusing on what I'm planning, which is my next move, right? And so, hey, Santina, you're a beautiful billionaire yourself. So with me planning my next move, I literally added, so we already had 8 agents. So I want to say I added 14 agents in like 60 days. And I think I got 1 more still coming on. When you're doing that, plus running your businesses, like, you have to take a step back. Like, you can't do it. Like, you have to decide, you have to choose to get your back end in order. Always showing up sometimes means that maybe your back end is suffering. So take a step back, get your back end in order, and then come back when you're ready. I feel like I post consistently, but I know that I'm more engaging when I go live or when I, take the camera with me and I share my day. Like, I've been doing some amazing things, right? I've been working with some commercial clients, and it has been like phenomenal. I started this year saying I want to work with more commercial clients. I've closed commercial deals before early in my career. And then I was like, all right, I got focused on residential. So when I started focusing on residential, I just kind of stopped focusing on the commercial. But now that I run a brokerage, it's very important that I have a commercial division, a development division, an investment division, a residential division. So I'm back on it, and I took some classes and I did some class refreshers, and now I'm negotiating 2 commercial clients, 2 commercial deals for 2 different clients. And I have a good bank of people in my pipeline for commercial real estate. So And it's so challenging, which makes it fun, right? It makes it fun again. Sorry, I kicked thing. Because it is challenging, because we always, we're always like on, and we're always like doing things. Like I can sell houses over and over and over. So now that, yes, I'm doing more of a TED Talk. So now that I'm doing commercial, I'm like, oh, I'm challenged again. So now I'm back excited about what I'm doing again. And this is an exciting thing for me to do because it's different, it's challenging, it's completely different than selling residential real estate, and it's amazing. I'm like, I love that. And I'm also focusing more on doing more luxury real estate, luxury listings, things like that, right? You're looking to purchase a strip mall, contact me. You're a commercial property accountant, see? And I can always align myself with people like you. So it's just important that you're always challenging yourself and just not doing things because you know you're good at them. Challenge yourself to do something a little different, even if it's within your field, so you can find the happiness back in what you're doing. Hey, Sasha. I feel like I was just like selling real estate like this because I'm great at it. And I'm moving so fast, and I'm teaching courses, and I'm doing the podcast, and I need to take a moment and step back and figure out what really makes me happy. And I know that I'm happier when I am productive and less busy. And by saying productive and less busy, like I don't have the desire to have 15 clients at a time like I used to, because I don't have the time, because my responsibility is greater than just selling houses. I have a responsibility to run a brokerage, process commissions, meet with accountants, if you guys understood, like it's just so much. And that's just not running the brokerage, that's also running other businesses as well and meeting with business partners. So now I want to work smart. I want to work with clients that align with me, and I don't want to be a disservice to a client either, which is why I have the brokerage. A lot of people keep saying, I want to join your team. You're not joining a team. You're joining a brokerage. My team is the Q Watson team with the brokerage, and we're full. There's no more people I'm coming on to that team. But I just wanted to kind of tell you guys that it's okay to pivot. It's okay to decide or take a step back and think about how you want to run your business, to run your life or whatever, right? And then when you make that decision, come back and do whatever you want to do. So I wanted to at least talk about that. I'm way more than a broker. I've been interested in, if you guys follow my husband, we're really focusing on the development side. So exactly, Brooklyn, I used to do everything by myself, Brooklyn Tasha. Now it's like I have so much help, but I've worked hard to get here. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's going on with me and my husband. I'm going to go back and answer some questions. So we're working on development now. So you guys know I represent the developers and the founders of South Park Cottages. And it's been an exciting project. And just because we sold out, the work is still not done, so to speak. More communication, dealing with the upgrades, setting up the design center. And now that we're done with the design center and we're kind of getting to the end of the upgrades, construction is going to start on this tiny home community. And when we start construction on this tiny home community, we want to keep everybody that's under contract happy and engaged and all that stuff. So that's also something that we're doing, being hands-on about. And I have my team managing. So I manage my team so my team can manage the project. So it's just a lot more going on. So I want you guys to know that you can decide how you want to run your business, how you want to run your day, what you want to do. Don't feel like you have to always do things one way. Now, someone asked me a question. I remember a few questions from the beginning, so I'm going to answer them. Did I pass the real estate exam the first time? Yes, I did. I am a great test taker. I graduated college with like a 3.5 GPA. Like I've always been great at taking tests and I would say absorbing, digesting, internalizing information. So in order to pass the test for real estate, you just have to be really good at interpreting information and just retaining that information, right? That's it. But me passing the test my first time, passing the test my first time is not a reflection of if you're going to be great or not. Let's just say it's going to take you a couple of times to pass the test. That doesn't mean that you won't be great at selling real estate. That just means that you're not a great test taker. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Oh, yes. Brooklyn Tasha said the firm has grown since Kiara and Bree. Yes, it has. And we have Anthony here, AD Modern Design. So I met with him this morning, if you guys saw my story. So it's a client of mine. And they bought a tear down and they're looking to rebuild this into a luxury property so we can list the property. So it will be a full-on project. So I'm meeting with some of the best people to come up with the best designs. So since my clients are trusting me from the beginning to the end. So by the time we get to the end, and this is a luxury listing, probably about 2.8, maybe $4 million listing. But now we're working on it from like the nuts and bolts all the way to built up. That's challenging to me, right? And it's exciting, it's new. So I went from just selling houses to now I'm going to help someone develop an entire property and turn it into a luxury property, market it and sell it for them so they can make a profit, for the investors to make a profit. So that's what I mean by just getting yourself in the position that you want to be in and deciding how you want to run your business. Like, don't allow people to hold you back from your greatness. Don't allow people to hold you back from growing. Because I tell people all the time, I will work with buyers and I will work with sellers. But if I feel like I'm going to be a disservice to you, or if it's in a location that I can't service, there is a reason I have an entire real estate brokerage and I can refer you to different agents within the brokerage because there are certain things that I'm doing. So someone asked, wrote, we need more Black-owned brokerages in Los Angeles. Everyone out here works for the white man. I'm in the process of getting your real estate license. I love LA. And I like to be politically correct, but forget it. This is Quiana After Dark. And I'm going to just say it because nobody's going to just say it. And I just want to say it. Atlanta thrives on Black ownership because the owners in Atlanta intentionally work with each other. So when I was looking for an architect, I called AD Designs. I know my husband, he's going to do the development. What does the development do? The development grades the land and prepares the land, tears down the property, tears down the trees. They prepare everything. My husband has gotten his certifications. I know for a fact he's going to do that, right? My husband has a builder. He calls the builder that he knows. We call another builder that we also know that has more experience and can build a pool. Think about this. All of us, all Black, circulating the Black dollar, intentionally working with minority people. That's why Atlanta works for minorities and not just Black people, for the Hispanics, for Hispanic people, for Black people. It's still the same thing for Asian, like any race, they kind of they keep it all together, right? So think about LA. And I was just in LA. The reason why a Black brokerage would be great for LA, but hard to break into, because people really need to, there's a culture of working together that has to be formulated first in order for it to work. What I love about Atlanta is there are people now that are making money, and instead of them choosing to work with another race, they intentionally want to work with a minority brokerage or a minority agent. And that's important, right? But other states may not operate like that. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it's a great thing. So let's keep that in mind. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, but I was just in Houston, so I can see why someone would get confused and think I was in Houston. I'm not in Houston yet. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, but I was in Houston visiting my clients and making some connections and figuring out if I do want to expand into other markets, which I think may work. So I always say this. there are different companies there. But when we interviewed Rod lives in LA and he has Aston Rose. And Aston Rose is doing amazing. And it's a black owned brokerage and they are doing great things. They're going to have more of the entertainment division. Hey Channing, how are you? So just be mindful that you can definitely find brokerages in your area, but you also have to be intentional with aligning yourself with people that will work with you. Okay. Yes, you're going to push through. So that's just something that I will definitely say. Sage Realty Group, I'm not even going to be funny, girl, but everything you asking me is going to be something I'm going to provide in my next course, the Blueprint Elevated. And that's going to be on Agent Tools for Success, the policies and procedures, CRM, attracting new clients, everything you need to run a real estate brokerage. It'll be on that side. But don't give up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just study what you need to study and keep going. I think that real estate is such a great career that once you pass the test and you take the right training and you keep going where you need to go, you will be successful if you're focused. And you're client driven. You got to be client driven. You have to keep your clients first. So keep that in mind. I'm answering a few more questions now. I mean, the rates are just getting back to normal. It's just not something to be alarmed about, but you should be alarmed because going for a $700,000 home at a 3% interest rate, now the rates are 5%. You're probably going to be now qualified for a $620,000 home, and that changes the quality and type of home that you're going to get. Someone said, when you see homes that are selling through an auction, how does that process work? First, you got to have cash. You cannot finance a home on an auction and compete. Secondly, they are paying and they're bidding above asking. And when you are looking at an auction property or a foreclosed property, they're sold sight unseen. So you don't even know the product that you're getting if you want to get that product. So y'all just be mindful. Like I'm telling you, foreclosures is like that shiny little object people like dangle in your face. But most people are not in the position to get foreclosures because you don't have $500,000 or $300,000 cash. That's why. Okay. I'm scrolling down. If you're looking for cheap lumber, just clear someone's land for free. You know what? People even now charging for the lumber. And even now, if like you can use to just clear somebody's land for the dirt, they want to charge you to clear the dirt because they know you can sell the dirt and sell the lumber. It's just too much going on. Trying not to get discouraged about buying a first home, but the pressure is there and it's like, where to start? Well, Lona, I hope that you have a great real estate agent that is kind of advising you and helping you navigate this difficult market. Because if you do that, you can basically navigate this market and get to where you need to go. Someone said TD, Take Shape, TD Realty, they are great for new agents. Okay, there you go. I don't know where that is. That must be in another state. Someone said one of my clients went from 4.75 to 5.3 in 3 weeks. Oh my God, that interest rate is crazy. So you guys need to understand what a rate lock is. And you need to start talking to your lenders about doing an extended rate lock so you can lock in your rate. You may have to pay a fee to extend your rate lock, but if you extend your rate lock, you can lock in at a lower rate because we don't know where these rates are going. Yes, I do recommend you save and put more money down, but honestly, you're not going to have a choice. Looking at the real estate market, you're not going to have a choice. You're going to have to put more money down. I don't care what state you're in. To win offers right now, you got to have money and a strategic plan and an agent that understands how to navigate and package your contract. Would you suggest joining a team as a new agent? Yes. That's the only reason to join a team. If you're a new agent, you need a team, especially a team that gives you leads, resources, and training because you don't know nothing. So yes. That's a good question, Brooke and Tasha. How much equity do you have to have in your home before you have to stop paying mortgage insurance? It's 20%, but they changed the rule. So it's only with conventional financing. Conventional financing, once you have 20% equity in your home, you can request, or sometimes they just automatically roll off the additional fees. But the mortgage insurance itself will remain on the property for FHA and VA loans because those loans are backed by the government. So they're not going to take them off. You're going to always pay mortgage insurance for those loan types. Is there a lot of foreclosures in Georgia? No, they're not. There is not. I don't know what that is. Can you still request an inspection on a foreclosure? Yes. After you buy it. You can't illegally enter a property that you do not own. And foreclosures are sold sight unseen. So, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't think that you should sacrifice what you want to accomplish, my realtor Watson, to start a team. And I talk about this in detail in my classes that I teach. And I just can't just give y'all that information. But there's a way to structure your business and then get where you need to go and then add a team. How do you feel about being a black female realtor in Miami? I'm not in Miami. I am in Georgia, but I think I would be okay in Miami. I got the translator app. I think I'll be just fine. I know a lot of people in Miami. Christy said she locked in and purchased 2 properties at 2.5%. How long ago did you do that? That had to be, that interest rate had to be last year. Kiki So Official said, any recommendations for a new realtor purchasing hold on, I gotta read it right. Okay, you're working with a first-time home buyer that is self-employed. You definitely want to get with an experienced mortgage broker that understands and actually are closing on entrepreneur loans. This is not a rookie-friendly market. It's not. Oh, someone said you've been on here for almost an hour. You are dropping gems. I told y'all I answered some questions tonight. I'm about to wrap it up though. So did I ever door knock or cold call? I actually door knocked and I've cold called before. I just don't like it. And when I decided that I wanted to attract clients, I started to market myself on social media, newsletters, and certain different things I do where I can attract a client and I don't actually necessarily have to get out and do a salesy sale. So I prefer to market myself that way. Let me see. You don't pay mortgage insurance for your VA loan. At some point it must have been a grandfather VA loan. I said they changed the rules. It must have been a grandfather one. So what is the best? Hold on. Oh gosh, they're going crazy in the comments now. Hold on. Okay, I think we're doing good. Okay, let me just wrap this up and say this because I want to wrap it up. It's about 11:30 and I got to get up. I got to shoot content tomorrow. You have to also keep in mind of this, okay? Interest rates are going to continue to get higher. They're never going to slow down. They're never going to stop. You're going to always have to pay for it. And you're going to pay one way or another. You're going to either pay when it comes to higher prices on there, or you're going to pay when it comes to higher interest rates. So either way, you will pay if you wait. So the problem with waiting, if you don't own property, or you are looking to own property, or you're considering to own property, keep that in mind. Okay? Someone said, I've been saying this. Yes. Have a funding fee. They do have a funding fee. So what you got to do is, just like I said, just make sure that you guys are prepared. That's for the first part. And just keep yourself encouraged if you are looking to buy, and consult with a great lender and consult with a great real estate professional. Okay? What about debt? Mm-hmm. Would I come back to North Carolina? Probably not. That's it. No. Probably not. The interest rates are going up. The interest rates are scheduled to be at 5%, maybe 6% by the end of the year. Well, Tiffany, you need to consult with your listing agent about your vision if you're flipping a property. And keep in mind, the vision is one thing. What a person is willing and able to pay for your product is another thing. And I see a lot of people flipping houses and overpaying. The cost of lumber is high. The cost of supplies are higher. So now you want to sell the hot property for so much more. Excuse me. But, excuse me. Selling the property for so much more means that that doesn't mean you can just make up a price because you want it. Okay? So that's why. You just can't, you know, hey, I want my house. If the whole area is selling for $500,000, you can't wake up and say, well, my house gonna sell for $900,000 because I said so. You got to have a strategic plan to get there, whether it be upgrades, whether it be like more square footage, like what unique feature are you adding to the property to account for the price? Otherwise, you'll find yourself having appraisal issues. You see what I'm saying? And that's where you have a problem. No, I probably will save it. Should new buyers wait? I don't know. I don't think you guys should really wait. And I say that in the most respectful way. You really shouldn't wait because what are you waiting for? Y'all are watching the prices go up in real lifetime. You're watching the interest rate go up in real lifetime. So when you're saying that you're waiting, what are you waiting for? And I wanted to read my notes because I actually have not processed a VA loan in quite some time. So VA loan, they do have the funding fees, not PMI. But even when you have the VA funding fee, if they don't pay it up front, they do finance it into the loan, which essentially the funding fee kind of replaces what the PMI is. So they still have it. It's still there. It's just named something different. And they have to pay it up front. So, Yo said 7.5%. You gotta have a strategic plan. I'm excited. I'm glad that I purchased the property when I did. It's private mortgage insurance, and it's used to protect it's really there to protect the lenders in case you default on the loan. And you do have PMI. Anytime you put less than 20% down on the property, you have PMI on conventional, you have PMI on FHA. And private mortgage insurance is not the same as the insurance that you purchase. Hey, baby Chan. Yes. But I'll talk to y'all later. Look, it was good catching up. I actually like doing these kind of lives because it sharpens my skills. I spend a lot of time behind the desk. Now, if y'all ask me anything about just straight jumbo loans, entrepreneur loans, what's going on, that's what I'm doing mostly now. But I did want to correct that one thing about VA loans. VA loans definitely charge a funding fee, not PMI, but the funding fee is something that can be paid up front or financed into the loan. So you want to talk to a qualified lender if you are considering using a VA loan. But I can tell you, you definitely just want to I like answering questions like I was saying because I do this a lot, and I think that it's really good for you guys to know that you're talking to someone that's very knowledgeable. I'm not just out here dressing nice and not knowing what I'm talking about. I actually do my job. And I know quite a bit about the mortgage side and the real estate side. The entrepreneur loan, I'll just do a whole nother live this week about that. I will make sure I'll dedicate an entire live because, and I'll bring on one of my lenders that offer that and we can talk about it because there's so much going on. Hey, Yakira. Oh my God, baby Chance. Y'all know that's the exit right there. When Chance gets to talking, that's it. Bye, y'all. Wait a second. You gonna say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey, y'all. Chance, say hey to people. He is over it. You gotta say hey. Just say hey. No. He is over it. He over y'all. He over the whole situation. Chance. He is so bad. Like, oh my God. Bye, y'all.
be. Me, I give up everything just to keep you close to me. Baby, your love is all I ever need. Baby, your love is all I ever need.